Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today we are going to do some work on this beech tree. It was repotted this year and well, you see all the leaves are there. It's a tree with different grafts on it. There's one graft here at the back. These are of course approach grafts, and a graft here. But if you want to see how I did this, you should probably have a quick look at the previous video. So, because I want to do some work on this tree today, the first thing I'm going to do is remove all the wire. Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do now. So the tree is unwired, and I have no cutting in of the wire, so well, just slight little marks, but nothing deep. So I'm glad I did it on time. So now let's have a look at the work that needs to be done. So before I start cutting anything, I'm going to try to explain what I see as flaws for this tree. So if you look at the back of at the base of the tree, you see we have a first quite interesting branch here. And on the back of the tree there's a little branch here which is very good. I'm probably not going to use it, but it will thicken the base of the trunk, close this wound here, so that's okay. And there is another branch here which is not bad, and that I cannot cut because I used it as a graft at this particular spot, so that's okay. So there's a branch here about 1.5 centimeters, maybe 2 centimeters here, and then I continue and I look up. This branch is slightly thinner, which is great. And then we have this branch here, which is much thicker than both these branches, which is not really a problem because, well, it might be like in a broom style, that's something that happens. And then of course we have the new graft here, this branch emerging from this point, which is a branch that should become the new apex. So it is very thin if you compare it to this one. So the question really is, how do I make this branch thinner than this branch? Well, this is impossible. You cannot make a branch thinner. You can just stop it a little from growing and ensure that you let the other one grow faster. So this part should not be cut at all this year, and probably not next year. But if I want this tree to have a new apex with this branch and reduce this one, I have to cut back some of the branches here. So if I have a look at this branch, I see I have some new growth here, which is cool. There's a nice branch here. There's a little one here at the back, another one at the back here. So I'm pretty sure there's another one here. I'm pretty sure that if I leave this or this at the front, this will be better. So I'm going to cut back maybe in 2 or 3 times. So this is off. I'm going to work this quite clean. Okay. So this reduces the side branch to a little branch now, which is still in a good direction. It is facing outward. It is a little to the front, but gives me some nice perspective. Yeah, so I think that's good. Maybe I can go a little further but I have to have a backup plan. And I must not weaken this part too much. But I think I'm going to take my chances and just cut back this part. There's still green here. So it means that this branch is surely going to stay alive. And if there is new growth here, well, I will cut back a little more. So about this branch, that's okay. This branch is not doing too bad. I think I try to make some more ramification. So this is branch emerging from this point, going up all the way like this, and it has some nice growth here, which is interesting. A little one here, and a few buds opening there. So this is the growth of this year. It's hardening off, so if you want more ramification now, I have to cut back a little. This is a new leaf tree. I want the branch to go in this direction, so I'll cut back to here. And I'm going to do the same with this branch and the one in the back, always choosing a leaf, pruning back to a leaf that is pointing in the direction that I want the tree to grow. On trees like beeches and hornbeams and well, that alternates the leaves, should prune back to 2 or 3 leaves. The same problem with this branch, not this one, this is a graft, which I will probably not use, just I'm just using it to cover up the big hole on the other side, but you can see this in a previous video. So I'm really going to try to slow down the growth of this big branch here by reducing everything as much as possible. There's new growth here, so I'm going to leave that. New growth here, that's interesting. And this is the new growth, so I'm going to cut back I think to this leaf. Same here, cutting back quite a big piece. This is a nice little shoot. This is completely new, so trying to make better ramification. I don't think it's a good idea to cut back all the green here, because, well, beeches, they don't like that. Yeah, strong trees, but you must be a little careful. I'm still not very happy about this branch. It's quite long. It's starting to have some ramification here at the base, but then there is a whole part where nothing is happening. On this part there is no taper in this branch. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, see this part and this part is the same thickness. There's nothing here, and it's quite wide, so I think I'm going to take it back quite a lot, like this, and hope that I have more ramification now. it's a lot smaller, which gives more weight to this new apex to come here. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. Here is a nice little branch in the front, so you won't see the cut. This is the graft. Here I have a good branch at the back. This is good, this is interesting. This is a little stump I should clean up. So this is a nice little one. And this is, well, maybe get rid of that one. Starting to cut off quite a lot now. But it will probably give me some new buds next year. So now about the lower branch. And this one is already kinda interesting. There's a little new shoot here which can grow and maybe become a little thicker. This is a little straight, but it's always possible to bend anything, you know. I have good ramification here. And I think I'm going to let a lot of these branches as a first ramification. This one can grow. This one, just going to remove the terminal buds to stop it a little from growing. But this is a deciduous tree, so at one time you must stop wiring it too much and just shape it by pruning, which is very good. If you do not really like wiring, well, I do. I kind of like wiring, but it's very time consuming and, well, can be quite expensive. So I think this branch is okay now. Has some nice ramification already. These are the rests of the buds when they open. You can remove that. It will fall off anyway. So that's good. Next point is the roots. Now, of course, it is not a good season to do severe work on the roots and get the tree out of the pot, so of course I'm not going to do that, especially not with the beech. Always be careful with beeches. But I have a little problem at the back here, and it's this big root. Now, the good thing about making movies about your trees is that I had a look yesterday at the previous movie on this tree, and I noticed that there is not a lot of fine rooting on this big root, and that there are smaller roots under it. So in order to thicken these, I'm going to remove this thick root now. And I'm going to do it piece by piece. First make a cut like this. And nibble it out. Now, if you're not sure that you have roots under it and you're a little afraid of to do that, you can always I'm not going to say damage the root, because that's not really the purpose, but you can always remove half of these roots, so the tree will have to get its water, get its and all these things from other roots, and they will take over and thicken. But I'm quite sure that there's roots under it. You know, I saw them. I'm going to remove this root. I think it's loose now, yes. So I'm going to pull it gently out of the pot. So as you can see, this root was growing. It is a healthy root, but it did not have a lot of new roots, and compared to all the other parts of the roots that I have, it's not a big loss now. Maybe I'm going to try to plant this and make kind of root cutting from it. Not that I need to have more beech trees, but it has genetically the same characteristics as this one, so maybe it might come in handy for a graft or something later on. So now I'm going to have to clean this wound, because I want it to heal nicely this year. So I'm clearing out the working area. Yeah. And this way I can start next year with a little more balanced roots. Anyway, this was too thick. There's no way I'm going to keep one gigantic root like this if I have only these caliber of roots, which are more suitable for the thickness of this tree. So a little cleanup now, bit by bit. So this looks okay to me. Now I'm going to bury this, and I'm even going to bury a part of the wound. So maybe if the tree decides to grow new roots at the bottom of this wound, it's okay for me, because it will be small roots. And if this starts to rot a little, that's certainly okay for me, because it will give the tree an aspect of age, which is something that I like a lot. And here is a new root. I think I might have to add some soil at some points now, because, well, I removed something. So this I will have to do very gently. And get some extra soil. So this concludes the work for today. We did some good pruning on the branches that were already there in order to slow them down. We did nothing to the grafts in order to let them grow and to fuse with the existing parts of the tree array. A big removal at the back to get rid of a thick and ugly roots. And well, that's it. That's not bad for one day. So I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.